Okay everyone, so this is how to make a duct tape purse. First off, there's an air show going on, so sorry if you hear some planes flying around. So right here I just have a few strips of white tape that are 8 inches long. You're going to need a few of these. Now we're going to create the duct tape sheet. So this is the sticky side and this is the not sticky side. So you want to take the sticky side and place it face up. I'm going to do this where you can kind of see it. So it's like that. And then you want to take another strip and place it halfway. So, oops, forgot that it's on that. You have sticky right here, and then when you flip it over, you also have another sticky side. So it doesn't matter which sticky side you fold down, just fold one of them down to create a smooth edge. So now you should just have one sticky side. So you're going to take your other piece, 8-inch tape, and place it over top of the sticky side. So now you have a sticky side right here. So you flip your sheet over and then cover up that. And then you flip it over and you cover up this sticky side. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go until we hit 6 inches. So I'm actually just going to need probably 3 more pieces of tape, and I'll show you how to finish it off because there's a really easy way to finish this. Okay, so I cut myself 3 more sheets here. So I'm going to cover up the sticky side, flip it over. So now what I'm going to do on my cutting board, which if you're wondering, I got this cutting board at Joann's for $9.99, so it's really cheap and it works so well. Oh no, here comes some planes. Ugh. So I place it at the 6-inch mark, which is this big thick line that cuts through, and there's also a 6 by it, so that also helps. So as you can see, actually I don't know if you can see, I'll do it this way. Okay, so as you can see, it's just barely 6 inches. This thick line would mark my 6-inch mark. So what I'm going to do, I start at the thick line with this piece of tape, and then I place it down. So now I have a piece that's 6 inches from here to here. So then I flip this over, and there'll be a little bit of sticky on it. And I place this on this other piece I have on top. And then you just fold it over, so you'll have sticky. So then we just fold this one. So now you have a complete duct tape sheet. And go ahead and make 1 more of these. Okay, so now we're going to, I just downed myself. Now we're going to create the bottom piece. So for this, I'm taking a lot of strips that are 8 inches long. Now what I'm going to do, instead of making a duct tape sheet, I'm just going to layer this up to 3.5 inches. Sorry, planes. So it's like this, and there's sticky side, and then I'm just going to take my other 2 and just lay it on top of here. Okay, so once you're done, you're going to take a strip and just place it in the middle over this crease line. This just helps just in case, you know. Alright, so now the exact same way you made this one, except you don't, on the pieces we're about to make, you don't need to layer up like we did. You can just use, you know, the basic 2 pieces. So, I mean, you can layer them because they're just sides, so they're not going to take that much weight. So now for the sides, you're going to make them 3.5 inches like you did here, but instead of 8 inches, they're going to be 6 inches. So go ahead and make 2 of those. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces. And now it's time to connect everything. So here's the way that I do it. First, I like to connect the bottom pieces together, so it's like this. So I'm just going to take my tape. Now, you're going to need 2 pieces that are 8 inches long, and I'm just going to show you how to do this on one side. Okay, never cut this in half. I know that a lot of times it's easier to save tape, but when you're making a purse, it's really helpful to have as much tape connecting because this is the bottom piece and you really don't want anything to fall. Now you really don't need to make sure that this is straight because this is actually going to be the inside. I like to take the inside first because it's so much easier. So go ahead and tape this other side and then I'm going to show you how to connect the sides. Okay, so now what I've done, I've taped the sides onto this piece. It doesn't really matter which one you do. It can be this side or this side. Just make sure both sides are taped onto the same white piece. Okay, so now what we're going to do is tape the bottom parts to here. So what you're going to need 2 pieces of tape that are 3.5 inches long. I'm just going to show you with one side. So on this bottom piece right here, you want to set your tape just halfway over. So you have sticky stuff that you can fold up. Now all you're going to do is just fold this piece in and just kind of close it in on the tape. And then the tape just fold it up so it looks like that. See all I did? It just kind of folds up naturally. Now you will have some sticky stuff right there, but don't worry about that because that's going to be covered. Okay, so now we have the inside all nice and completed, so now it's time to cover up these rough edges. So what you're going to need is 4 pieces of 6-inch tape, and just basically, well, you would want to start on the blue because the white we're going to recover anyways, but the blue is where you want it to be very even, so I can't really see, but I'm going to try to make it as even as possible. Okay, so just make sure it's even with this line. I don't know how mine did. Mine is decent. So basically what I'm doing right now, even though you can't see, I'm just making it even, like I just said. Okay, so once it's even with that, you just fold it over. This covers up all the sticky. Don't worry if you have some overlapping stuff because all that's going to get cut off. So just go ahead and do that with every side. Okay, so now that you have all your sides complete, you're going to need 2 pieces of 8-inch tape and 2 pieces of 3.5-inch tape. So 3.5 goes here, 8-inch goes here, and it's basically the exact same thing where you want to make sure it's nice and even on the blue. So go ahead and do that. On the blue. So go ahead and do that now. Okay, so now as you can see, this is what I mean by it's all lined up. So you have all even lines on here. You know, just nothing gross looking. Okay, so, well, that's kind of gross looking. I should probably fix that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to cover up this and this. And we're going to do that by doing a famous look that is in style right now, which is white and blue stripes. So you're going to need, I think you'll probably need about 2 pieces of 8-inch white. Yeah, I'm just going to show you, so. Okay, so since there's a lot of blue on this purse, I'm going to start out with white. So all I'm doing is just laying it down and starting with white, putting that on the bottom. Okay, so this is what both your sides should look like. Now what we're going to do, we're going to finish off this edge. So to do this, you're going to need a piece of duct tape that's 3.5 inches long and cut it in half. So again, we're going to take the straight side, and what you're going to do, you're going to match it up the same length from there, and then you're going to go over to this side and match it up here. You really want this line to be straight, and this just makes it look so much better. So I'm just trying to make sure that there are no wrinkles in this. Okay, so I have a little extra bit right here, so I just cut that off. And then just fold it over and go ahead and do that to the other side. Okay, so you're going to need 6 pieces of tape. That's 12 inches each. Now what we're going to do, turn one side over and just put this one on top. Okay, so you should have something like this. Just push the air bubbles out. So there you go. Now you're going to take the other piece and then attach it just very slightly onto the edge, so it's like kind of like this. And now you're going to take your other piece of 12-inch tape and put it on top. And then you're just going to go ahead and do this with the other two. Okay, so now take your straps and just cut them in half. Okay, so now that I have my handles done, you're just going to attach them to the bag. I just kind of guess just enough so it covers it nicely. So that's about as much as I'm using for one, and then I'm going to put more on. So first I want to set it on so there's sticky on the bottom and on the sides. And I'm just kind of going to stick it down pretty low. You want to kind of guess how big it should be. I'm pretty sure both of them low is a good size like this, because you can like put your arm around it and stuff and it still fits nicely. So the second one we're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, so you have, and you want to make sure you put this on the exact same size. Okay, so that's that. Now what we're going to do, you're going to tape it all the way up. Okay, so now we're going to make the pockets. So it's going to look like this, and you're going to make 2 of these so they can go on either side. Now your pocket's going to be 7 inches by 4.5 inches. I think that's 4.5 inches. Yes, okay, sorry. So first you're going to make it the exact same way that you made the sides of the purse. So you're only going to need, you want to keep these, well, a lot of times when you put on pockets, you like cut the piece of tape in half to save tape, but this is one of those times when you really don't want to do that. So you're going to have one piece of tape that is 7 inches long, and then 2 pieces of tape that are 4.5 inches long. So for me, I like to do the sides first because it's so much easier to tape it on. Well, it's not exactly easy to tape this on because okay, so here's the final purse. It looks like this, and it has some cool straps to it. And if you want to buy this, then it's on sale, $12, just because it's just random. So yeah, it's a really awesome purse. I think it's really cool. 2 pockets on the inside. So yeah, I hope this helps you guys out. You can make this any size you want. This one's just a small, nice one. So that's it.